Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna play some more of the demo games. I was just looking for one like 10 minutes ago and I found this one. It's called Access Denied Escape. Looks like some kind of escape room puzzle game. I thought it might be fun to try. If anyone has any suggestions on games they want me to try, just leave a comment. I have a suggestion box, or you can write it in chat. But yeah, let's get started with this game. Get a new message. So, need to continue. Dr. Kobayashi. Good evening. My name is Dr. Kobayashi. You were recommended to me as a professional data vault hacker. At the moment, I'm exactly in need of such a specialist. If you want to earn some extra money, go to the following address: Tower 11, Office 2358C. I'm not doing that. Moving for me.
Good evening. You are welcomed by the voice assistant of Dr. Kobayashi. New message received.
I'm gonna have to turn the camera sensitivity up a bit. A little better. Want my mouse sensitivity up too. So a little bit better. Let's see, new message. Dr. Kobayashi. Here you are. Hey, Arts Cafe, how's it going? Just playing a puzzle game I found a demo of on just before stream. Just looking through the list, trying to find something to play, something a little different. And it was suggested from another viewer to go through some demo games, so yeah, I found this one. It's like a puzzle escape room kind of thing. Just started. Yeah, last time I did a wizard with a gun, and it was pretty fun. I didn't end up switching to any other demos, but yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, we got this Dr. Kobayashi guy. Here you are, finally. Fortunately, I cannot be present in person. I am forced to communicate with you in this way. But let's better check what you are capable of. Try to hack into this vault. Okay. So I gotta, I guess, open this box. This kind of the setup kind of reminds me of there's a puzzle game series called The Room, and you go through it and solve puzzles kind of like this. So it's 273. And that one was that wasn't a puzzle.
New message received.
It's not bad at all. So you've noticed there was a fragment of the biomatrix inside the vault. My paranoia played a trick on me. For security reasons, I divided this biomatrix into several parts and hid them in such vaults. But now I am thousands of kilometers away from my laboratory, but I urgently need to get access to it. Hack the remaining vaults, restore the biomatrix, and the reward will not disappoint you. And start. Alright. 3827. 5. 38. 27. A lot more numbers than before. It's the same number buttons. Only 4 colors. 3 colors. I'm not too much of a fan of horror and thriller. I don't mind some of them, but I usually play games at night, and I like to be able to go to sleep after stream. So, yeah, I kind of prefer relaxing games. Like one of the games actually suggested was some kind of Souls-like game, Souls-like demo. I forgot what it was called. Something P, something like that. And those kind of games really, like, they're very intense. They're not conducive to relaxation. But yeah, I mean, maybe I could play something like that on the weekend, though. Oh, it's changing color, okay. One, 3, yellow, purple, Oh, no. Okay. It's here. 6, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to suggest a few. One in VR I think you would enjoy. It's not too spooky. Called Terrors of Nowhere. Oh yeah, I'll make a note of it and check it out sometime. Yeah, I usually like to do VR on the weekends. I might start doing maybe just some kind of chill like VR chat something or other during the week, but yeah, I'll take a look at it. One, 2, 3. I mean, this thing matches this side. Oh, it's on Patreon. Okay. Hanging on community nights. Oh, I don't have any community nights, at least not yet. I was thinking about like doing the kind of VR chat stuff where invite people in just for fun. That counts as a community night, then sure. Ah, not the right grid. Yeah, that's the other. 2, 3, 1. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Friends Plus is always good. Yeah, especially if I stream it, you don't want like some, random people coming in and I don't know. Yeah, I don't usually play VR chat that much. I've been meaning to get back into it. Maybe eventually I'll actually finish designing my avatar. This one is actually incomplete. I haven't come up with all the designs I want for it. Gotta find my files and then relearn how to upload stuff to VRChat. And I'll get that done eventually. Puzzle isn't the most intuitive. There's, I guess number one is this one. Two purple, one. I guess you can grab tools or something eventually. Yeah, if you play VR chat, you're welcome to friend me on there. Should be the same name as here. I don't think I've changed my name yet. What? Could be the row number as well, too. Um, oh, actually, should probably take a look at that. So I know the friend requests don't seem to last very long. I remember someone got angry at me because they sent me a friend request and thought I ignored them, but I never actually got it. I mean, it must have been like a month or so. It was like during a community event for someone else, maybe. And like after I got off, I like didn't get back into VR chat for a long time, and it must have expired. It just wasn't there anymore. But I have a habit of not going into VR chat for long periods of time. Just usually if a community I'm in does a little community night, I'll hop in. What does this puzzle mean? Be the force. Well, they weren't upset really either. They were just kind of joking around. But it kind of shocked me when they said that, because I'm not usually in the habit of just ignoring people's like friend requests. Because I mean, I know the guy. It's not like it's just some random person. Yeah, they just jokingly said they bought like an entire web domain, like called yashersucks.com, and they were gonna make like a whole website, but they never actually bought that. I was just about to buy the domain preemptively, but I got a better domain. If I make a website, it's going to be at yasher.space, because all these are from space. You're learning how to make VR worlds? I actually started doing that. I wanted to make a little Egyptian museum world. I found some models, and I wanted to kind of put them in. I wanted to become a museum curator in VR chat and put some models in, and I just got stuck on trying to take this super high def model of the Rosetta Stone and just reduce the number of polygons so my world wouldn't be like 900 megabytes large. And yeah, then I got a real life job, and I lost all my free time. Yeah, I was playing around with like Unity and trying to make the worlds, and it's easy to make a world, but it's really hard to make a good world. Like anyone can turn on Unity and upload a basic plane, but yeah, like learning all the lighting. I mean, if you're good at like lighting and texturing and all that. It's a great skill. Yeah, I'd love to have a little more free time. Then I would definitely. What is this? 0? Man, I have no idea what this puzzle is doing. Yeah, I'd definitely get back into trying to make my world. We have something a little educational in VR chat. Little area where you can learn some hieroglyphs and bits of history and all that. Make it interesting. Free time. Yeah. That's why I value my weekends. Like I don't like doing anything on the weekends, like planning anything, because that's my only free time. Occasionally I have to work on the weekends, but man, whenever someone says, "Oh, are you free on Saturday?" I say, "No, I'm not free on Saturday." "What are you doing on Saturday?" "I've got stuff to do." Yeah, it's my stuff that I wasn't able to do during the week. If someone asks me what I'm doing on like the weekend, they want to try and take some of my free time away from me. I tell them I got stuff to do. then if they're nosy and they're like, "What are you doing?" I just don't answer them. Tell them I'm sleeping. Gotta sleep in. Yeah, I think I've reached the limit of my IQ with this puzzle. $13, $11, $13. If there's anything around here that'll help, because I have no idea.
Message received.
Oh, good God, that scared me. I've already mentioned my paranoia. Hope you can forgive me this precaution, but it will be better if you don't leave this office until you complete your work. Keep me here. Oh, it is 9:02. Clock's actually right for once.
Access denied.
What? 8:30. It's not 8:36. That's correct.
Access granted.
Wow, that was I interacted this. Finally, I managed to design a stable biomatrix. It surpasses contemporary silicon-based neuromorphic processors by orders of magnitude. The work on Kronos has led to a true breakthrough. However, I had to fire Alex. He kept talking about the danger and unethical nature of such experiments, and today he even attempted to sabotage the experiment. It's a pity since he was quite useful as a lab assistant. Can I pick this thing up? What was that? Help me. But how did I get in here? I glitched through the wall. I'm in I guess a secret room. A suitable item.
Access denied.
$5083.
Access denied.
No, I guess it wouldn't be that easy. Is there someone inside? It would seem that way. Not enough reagents. Alex's death wasn't an accident. It was Kronos who hacked into the house control system. Today I analyzed the archive logs and everything became obvious. Alex was right. The object's self-awareness has developed to a higher level than I could have imagined. It would be more correct to destroy Kronos. However, I cannot afford to do that after so many years and efforts. I disconnected the self-learning biomatrix and disassembled it into separate components. Without the AI, Without it, the AI will not be able to develop further, and this will allow me to buy some time until I can decide what to do next. Yeah. Probably getting bits of story out of order here. I'm pretty sure this is the door I glitched through. How did I even get through that? There was something clickable here and it just sucked me through. The power. Nope. Mm. I got something. I got a lamp lens. After much deliberation, I decided to connect to Kronos through a neural interface and try to reconfigure it manually. In case I fail, I devised a plan B. Managed to synthesize a compound capable of guaranteed destruction of the object. I locked it in safe S04. Password is the serial number of one of the devices in my laboratory. One of the devices. Huh? Hmm. 1-8.
Access granted.
Hmm. Due to the high regenerative abilities of the object, destroying it won't be so easy. So I've developed a special compound that can break down its connective tissues before it has a chance to react. Hope it won't come to that, but it's always better to have a contingency plan. Add the reagents in the following order. Then start the mixing process. Well, 77, 491. see these, like, the cylinders. It's like these are the reagents, but I can't actually pick them up. Bet it's not even in the demo. Probably not even supposed to be in here. It won't let me pick them up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's definitely them. Don't you hate it when you get glitched into an end game area and you can't do anything? Oh good, it reset me back
New
out here.
message received.
I'm gonna do a new message from what's his face. I'm gonna look in here again.
Access granted.
Yeah, if you click right here, you get sucked into the other room. I was trying to pick that thing up, but I guess you can't. Nice door there. 914.
Access denied. Waitea. Yes, that's Greek. 3001 Odyssey. Monday begins on Saturday. And I hope Monday doesn't begin on Saturday. That's terrible. It's like a horror book right there. Not enough elements.
Oh, that's the real time. 914. Let's try 3001.
Access denied.
Nope. There's a thing there. I bet that has the code to that safe on it. You just can't pick stuff up because it's a demo. But yeah, I found the secret room that you can get sucked through by pressing here on the wall. You just right through. And this one is 618.
Access granted.
Unfortunately, you have to restart because you can't get out of there once you get sucked through.
received.
And then it drops you back here with Mr. Suspicious complaining at you. But yeah, I took a little break from this puzzle and not sure I understand anything about it at all. Hey, Nox, thank you for subscribing for 2 months. I know it hasn't been 2 months already, but yeah, you're what about the DM? Yeah, you know, there's a website that goes along with that. In case you're wondering, I sent him a link to a. It's called the Pharaoh's Pump. So there's like this conspiracy theory that the pyramids, their chambers and everything, were used to pump water by placing bits of fire, like control the air pressure, stuff like that. But Knox is pretty big into Egypt, so he loves conspiracy theories and stuff like that. You can tell how much he loves conspiracy theories with how he reacted to that. Hold up that website real quick. Great Pyramid's Subterranean Chamber, Hydraulic Pulse Generator and Water Pump by John Cadman. Or you don't want to hear about that? The following article is about the subterranean section of the Great Pyramid. The whole pyramid can be removed, and the pump mechanism will still be present. It's a very simple yet effective device. If I am right about the ancients having built this device, then they were geniuses. If I am wrong about them building this device, then I am certainly willing to take credit for this marvelous machine. Either way, we thought we'd share this research with our Black Russian Terrier friends, as well as alternate researchers. All we ask is that you enter with an open mind and let the facts and engineering principles tell the story. Well, I love doing research into ancient Egypt. Say stuff I find is interesting all the time. Why is this one? You don't like the discovery that the water pump, the Pharaoh's pump? And they even designed this nice GIF or GIF to illustrate it. But seriously though, I like to find the craziest theories and throw them at people who also like Egypt, and like this one, the Pharaoh's Pump is one of my favorites because it's nothing to do with aliens. It's nothing to do with the Nandera light bulb. It's just something off the wall, like pyramids were water pumps. It's so interesting. Like that people could come up with this stuff. mean, I've probably read too much of that Pharaoh's Pump website because I have no idea how to solve this puzzle. Two, three, one. Yeah, I've been kind of stuck on this. So I already found a glitch. I found 3 safes. I've opened 2 of them. I got a lens component, but I lost that after I had to reset the game because I was trapped in a room. I have no idea how to solve this. Trying to connect the numbers to. I wish I could, but I can't pick up anything useful. There's some little tools over here. But I guess they haven't been implemented yet because it's a demo. So 0 purple, 2 yellow, 3 teal. Purple one. Okay. Okay, so the colors themselves weren't in a line, like they weren't in a line vertically, maybe? Or they couldn't touch each other, maybe? Fuses on the conveyor have blown. You need to replace them with new ones. Should be a few fuses nearby. There's a conveyor. Oh, there. Did see something in here. Oh, there's one. You know, you could just put them in a box.
Power restored.
Yeah, we got it. And sometimes I have a tendency to overthink puzzles, and then it's like something super simple. Something written on a note there. Gotta turn it on first. really some kind of a Minecraft game, I guess. This is, I don't know, 2D Minecraft. Like kind of. I think I know what it's doing. You have to hit one of the squares. Well, I'm just gonna. I guess I don't know what's going on. Hey, gotta head out. Well, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'll see you if I if I manage to get back in VR again. Yeah, hope you have a good night or a good morning wherever you are, and hope to see you again next time. Yeah, see ya. Yeah, thanks again for stopping by. Just well, I got it. You just have to make a little path to each gold thing. One, two, three, four, five. Hmm, 3, 2, 5, 1, 8. Yay, that one was a little easier. What's that? Is that a help down there? That 8? Yeah, I don't need any help. When I play Talos Principle again, I'm not I'm not using any of those help things. They have little help walls. I'm not using them. I don't like using help in puzzle games. Unless I'm at the point where I'm hitting my head on the desk, maybe I'll look at a non-spoiler hint. But yeah, I think just getting the solutions defeats the purpose of puzzle games sometimes. Yeah. Mm. 762. I have to make 762 on everyone. Yeah. Oh, of course you can't do that. Pretty easy.
New message received.
You need a special screwdriver to unlock the next vault. You can take it in the safe S01. Uh-oh. I used a broken clock to display the password for it. Well, they say not to trust him. I already got a bit of the story ahead of time when I glitched myself into the secret room.
Access granted.
And now I can get the screwdriver. The spot on the wall where you get sucked through is still there. Okay. Hey, Stargazer. You slept for too long? Yeah, you are. You're not too much later than usual. But it's good to see you. How are you? How did you sleep? Oh, I'm a cheater, Nox. Yeah, I was trying to pick up the screwdriver too early. Like I found the code to the clock. It was obvious that was the code to the safe, and I was trying to pick it up. I saw a little clickable area over to the side, and I clicked on it, and just suddenly I was sucked through. It's like it's like a dev, one of those dev things that they put into games so they can hop to different areas, and they just didn't disable it for the demo. I hope you at least slept well, since you slept too long, Stargazer. And you, and if you do have to go into work, I'm doing all right. I found a new demo game to try out. It's called, I don't remember what it was called. Called Access Denied. They solve these little puzzle cubes or puzzle polyhedrons. They're not all cubes. And some of them are harder than others. At least for me, because, I'm just a bird brain. Like, there's different symbols, and they kind of match up with some of them, but they kind of don't. Like, they're connected. So that one would be that. No. That would be a line. That one would be... It's a weird name for a game. Yeah. I just picked the weird games to play. I don't know what it's called. What's it called? And that one game, yeah, they're just all the same thing. Up on here too. Luckily, these puzzles actually make more sense than the puzzles I have to solve for work. It's like, these I guess are practical in a puzzle game sense, but imagine getting thrown into the deep end on having to solve networking issues. Like, why is this not connecting? And, you have a little code you have to put in, and if you know the right code, everything will work. Oh, printer. There's no logic behind printer issues at all. It's like, oh, your printer's not working. Well, let's uninstall the software that can't see the printer, reinstall it, and it sees the printer. I don't get it. Like, why isn't there a utility like in Tools, Find Printer, and you click that, and it just rescans for available printers? Or Windows will lose the printer, and it's like, I can't print from this printer. Every time a client calls in, they're like, they have a printer issue. I'm like, oh, how can I help you? It's like, hi, my printer won't print, and then they go into like a 5-minute life story about how they went to the grocery store and were shopping for elements of this recipe that they clicked on, and then you're just like, okay, you're just waiting for a word in edgewise so you can say, okay, I'm going to connect to your computer and look at your printer. Well, I want to know why printers are so bad. I do want to know why printers are so bad. Why are they so bad? I mean, I know why the HP ones are bad, because they're made by HP, and HP stands for horrible product, or Hewlett Packard, or whatever it actually stands for. Yeah, so they were just like you would follow the path from each one. Microsoft, scrolling up too fast. Microsoft hasn't developed the underlying code for printer interaction in over 15 years, not to mention all the mechanical problems they have from being cheaply made. Microsoft doesn't care about printers because they make no money from them. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. You're headed out, Stargazer? I hope you have a good day at work, and thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you again. I hope you have a good day at work, and stay safe on your way there. Yeah, I can definitely believe that they haven't updated printer things in 15 years. Yeah, they're cheaply made. Like, whenever a printer's like broken and they break a lot, we just sell them a new printer. So like, you're gonna be able to tell like the time period between like 2000 and like now this era. Like, archaeologists are gonna be like digging down into the dirt, and there's like different ways they can tell different strata and the time periods in archaeology. And one of them stuff that they find, different kinds of pots and all that. When archaeologists from the future come down and try and find our era, they're just going to see this layer of printers, and they're going to know that they reached the 2000s. 2020, 2050, they're probably going to be the printer era. You know, just HP, Canon, my brother, HP, Hewlett Packard, all this plastic and metal rods and just endless little empty bags of toner, ink. It'll be in the future. You know, you'll see an archaeological magazine like, yeah, this magazine we found was on the same layer as the HP F2033, and you know that printer, you know, it was made in 2036, and you know they sold 10 million units. I completed the demo. was pretty fun. I'm gonna go back in. Yeah. I'm gonna go back through to the secret room. No, it's disabled now. It only works when the screwdriver's there before that puzzle. Yeah, new printer drivers. It's like they all use like the same driver, like is it like PCL or something like that? I think there's a Microsoft driver too. I don't really keep track of that personally because I hate printers and I just blindly click on driver installations until it works. And the customer's like, yeah, I can print out my recipes. And then we get a call from them later because recipe websites love hosting ads and selling them to whoever, and scammers like buying ads. And, they're like, I got this call from Microsoft, or this pop-up from Microsoft, and I called them, I let them into my computer, and I was kind of suspicious because they started funneling money out of my bank account. I get a lot of calls about that. And like every single time, every time the scammer gets on their computer, they install UltraViewer, sometimes a different remote viewing, but it's usually UltraViewer. And they connect there and they show them all crazy kinds of crap. And once they've connected with UltraViewer, what most people don't know is that they go back in and they install another piece of remote software behind that. It's from a company called ConnectWise. And that one, you can edit the configuration file so that it hides the fact that you're connected. As usually it'll like alert the user that you're connected to their computer. And then, so even if they uninstall UltraViewer, the scammer still got a foothold in the computer and they can watch and collect passwords and do all sorts of stuff. Because anything you copy with like the clipboard, it'll go right through the ConnectWise application. You get indicators of compromise from Regedit. Which ones are you looking for there? Oh, never mind. They show stuff in Regedit, yeah. Yeah, like they use like Netstat, and they're like, here's all the hackers coming into your computer. Yeah. I like when customers will come in and be like, oh, this scammer was showing me like all the stuff I got hacked, and I'll pull up command prompt and I'll type in Netstat and be like, did they show you this? It's like, yeah, these are just your active connections. Oh, look at all this information. Imagine they just start deleting it. Be like, let's get rid of this stuff for you. But I like some of the full-time YouTubers who do the kind of kind of scam baiting and stuff. This one guy like put together really nice VM and some custom programs. So when the scammer would come on and try and show them like netstat, it would come up and say no connections instead of actually showing the obviously what should be there, or go into event viewer and there would just be nothing there. And it's just funny seeing the scammers squirm. My favorite was it was the one where they set up the gift card redeem website, or it was just a Google redeem website, and they spent hours of the scammer's time going out and buying the gift cards, and then he started to actually redeem them in this just obviously fake just Google website. The scammer was screaming over the phone, no, what are you doing? Do not redeem. It was hilarious. And you could just hear the desperation in the scammer's voice of like losing just potentially all that money, like $500 gift card after $500 gift card. Just imagine they were that close to getting a big payday. I actually used to mess around with scammers when I was younger. When I was still in high school, I would get a lot of those Nigerian scam emails. Eventually, I figured out how to just harvest them. You would put a fake email address out on various comment sections, and you just start the Nigerian emails would start flowing in. And one of the websites I was part of, there was this thing we had this kind of religion. It was a religion where we would recruit the scammers to become part of our religion, and they would have to do things like build a monument to the religion to prove their commitment to the cause. And maybe we'd give them some money later or something like that. And the monument was a pyramid. It was a pyramid, a sandbag pyramid, and sometimes they would try and cheat, just make like a triangle, like a vertical triangle, and try and say that was a pyramid. But the other thing was getting them to pose with a fish on their head. It was just silly stuff like that. It's pretty fun, but I doubt you could get them to do that anymore. So scams have evolved too far. I never got them to build anything more than a two-dimensional pyramid, though. I remember one famous one. It was pretty big back then. A guy actually, I spent a long time on this obviously, actually got the scammer to send him money. I don't exactly remember how he convinced him, but that was pretty epic to read the whole exchange from first meet to actually getting money. Like they did like Western Union, I think. He actually got the scammer to send him it was like $2,000 in Western Union, and he said he donated it to charity. Yeah, he didn't keep the money, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, the goal was like to get them to really work for it. You know, build that pyramid. You know, how many followers can you recruit to pose with fish on their heads? You know, groups of people posing for a picture with fish on their heads in front of a pyramid. What was that church called? I don't remember. The acronym for the church was TWAT, which, if you're familiar with British slang, um, I don't remember what it stood for. Like the Watchtower. Something. But yeah, it was just kind of funny to get them in on, you know, some kind of in joke that only if you were fluent in your specific dialect of English you would actually understand. Yeah, unfortunately, it is a little too late to start up another demo. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty short. If I didn't spend like 30 minutes on that one puzzle, could have probably started another one. But I have to get up for work again. Another couple weeks, and we can do one of those Keen community days. I'll have to read up about some neat conspiracy theories. And that was another thing I wanted to do, was I wanted to find there should be a publication, like an Egyptological publication, where the tomb that Aki did his class on is published. I actually want to see if I can look at the inscriptions, because usually they go through and they draw everything. It's much easier to see with the they're called epigraphic drawings. Epigraphy is the art form of being of copying inscriptions and things like that. But pretty neat process, really. But yeah, they've got to have some epigraphic drawings of that. And I want to find it. Yeah, that mastaba was in pretty good condition for what, 5th dynasty, I think. Oh, the brother? Yeah, it's Sen. I think it actually survived into Coptic as Son. But yeah, it's a little, looks like an arrow, sort of, pointing downwards. And then, I guess sometimes it'll have a phonetic complement. Probably depends on its position, but yeah, because I mean, it would be proof that either they were brothers or not, because a lot of times a married couple would call each other brother and sister. I mean, it's not too unusual, because if you were married, you would call your spouse's sibling brother or sister-in-law. So it's not that much of a stretch to actually call your wife sister. It doesn't have to be your real sister. I think the whole Egyptians were incestuous is sort of overblown, just because the royal family did it. I mean, they had a reason to. I mean, English monarchy did the same thing. It wasn't like a super common practice amongst the common folk either. But yeah, I really want to find it, because he said that I want to see the drawings, because he said on that one wall, the wall that he said was a dinner scene, below that he said it was something from Horus and Seth. Like, I didn't think Tale of Two Brothers had anything to do with Horus and Seth. But I wanted to see it anyway, just to see if there was a reference to Seth there. See if it was a reference, if it was the two brothers or something. Yeah, I think he just keeps reminding himself of the Horus and Seth thing, like every time he does this. This particular tomb and Pride Month in general, it's just Horus and Seth, Horus and Seth, Horus and Seth, and lettuce and lettuce and lettuce, and it's like special Egyptian lettuce. It's like lettuce was just Seth's favorite food. I mean, the lettuce played a role, but it was... He loves bringing it up. I'm pretty sure that's his favorite story. I mean, yeah. I mean, lettuce isn't too bad. I mean, do you know what other foods Seth liked? I mean, if Bast likes pineapple, definitely possible I like pineapple. But would Bastet like pineapple on pizza though? Yeah, that's probably the big question people like to ask. I could kind of see that as a negative confession. Like if a key was to, or, anyone was to, like on the internet was to design their own Book of the Dead, they would probably have a confession that went, I have not put pineapple on pizza. People, that would definitely be kind of a meme thing to put in their Book of the Dead. What is a UPG? Is that like something personal guidance? Not sure what that means. Not super much into comedic terminology, but I actually kind of wanted to look more into, just see what comedic communities were like. I was going to ask you about different kind of communities, and then you started talking about your experiences with one of them, and I was like, maybe not. Usually more of a lurker anyway. I like the anthropological experience of going in and looking at different things. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I can say that you match Sutek pretty well. I saw the other day. I was at work, actually doing some research at work, because it was kind of slow, and I didn't feel like installing 27 versions of attack software onto a server. And I found an article about Seth's names, so I was gonna read it so I could try and see, what is it? What were some of the first references to his name? Was it Seth, Satesh, Sutek? I know Seth. I think Seth is pretty late because in Coptic it's spelled with an S sign, an I sign, or no, an E sign, and a letter borrowed from Greek, a TH. So I guess some people started saying Seth, like the, instead of Set. Unverified personal gnosis. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot of that in pretty much all religious circles. Like even Christians will like go up to you and say like, oh, God revealed to me that such and such. Or, they'll but yeah, it's a good term. Unverified personal knowledge. It's a modern pagan term. And it is interesting to kind of read those experiences. I remember, I think it was on Reddit. I was looking at some Kemetic communities on Reddit, and just reading through some of the stuff. I think I looked for um, I think I looked for people who had experiences with Whipwawit, and I didn't find very many. Not surprising though. Whipwawit isn't super well known. I think there were a couple, and I don't really remember. It's been quite a while. But he's like of equal importance to Anubis. I mean, I think even I don't even think Anubis really has much literature about him, if any at all. I mean, he's famous because he's usually always in the weighing of the heart scenes. But like, it's kind of interesting because he's like the most popular god, at least in the modern day. In ancient Egypt, Hathor was the most popular god. He even invoked Whipwawit. How do you invoke Whipwawit? Oh, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, I figured in Opener of the Ways, so his name literally translates to, would be pretty helpful. And I did get a job and all my free time taken away, so maybe it all worked out. Swings and roundabouts. Is that a reference to something that I'm not getting? Is it just too late at night and I'm tired? Or they all go back to something about going back to where they started? I've never heard that expression, and it's an interesting expression, though. But yeah, I got the money, and now I just need time to. I'll keep the money in the bank. I really don't need to spend it, but I do want to like study more about Egypt. I want to learn more hieroglyphs. I want to work on my Egyptian world again, maybe for VR chat. Not many ideas, but not enough skill to implement them. Not enough time to develop my skills, etc., etc. Well, yeah. Some people get lucky and they like make $2.5 million, just enough to invest in the stock market and live off the interest. And they would have a lot of free time. No, not at all. Yeah, hopefully someday I can integrate, maybe an Egypt lesson or something into stream that I can do what I want here or something. What stock market? I don't know, the US stock market. The bull market, the bear market. Yeah, it's always going up and down, and yeah, it's always when it goes down, it's a good time to buy. And then it goes down more, you just buy more. Yeah, it would be cool. I've gotta get stuff together, like maybe a scene or something, like classroom scene, or maybe just something of my own design. I want to make it kind of look Egyptian. What's the Egyptian word for classroom? It's like Sabah. It starts with Sabah. Sabah. It's like room of learning, something like that. You're a stocks genius. You buy high, stocks go low, and you just don't sell. Yeah, that's what I did with Bitcoin. I was right there. I saw Elon Musk saying he was selling Bitcoin, and I didn't do anything. I should have sold. Yeah, I had a coworker who actually got in on the Dogecoin stuff and the GameStop stocks. You know, when all that was going on, made a little money. But yeah, but man, 50K. Yeah, that actually went down quite a bit from there. It's like hovering around 20K right now. It's all the hype kind of got let out from that. But stocks, you know, the stocks are much better. They at least have a chance of going up if it's a reputable company. Like Apple went down recently. Like, I mean, they're going to be coming out with their ski goggle VR headset pretty soon. Like, what's that about? I mean, that's a good way of doing it. Don't invest any more than you're willing to see go to zero. I mean, I don't want to see anything go to zero, but yeah, some good dividend stocks. You know, you get a little extra money. Do some dividend reinvestment. That's another strategy. Been meaning to get back into like actually reading up on stocks and maybe making a good decision or two. Instead, so far, I've just bought what sounded good, like Nvidia and their AI chips. It's kind of betting on that. Actually went up a little bit. Yeah, just a disclaimer. If anyone's watching and they're getting upset, this is not investment advice. Don't take advice from a bird on the internet. Just a bird brain. Don't listen to me. Gonna get canceled before I reach 100 followers. get one of the nature to give you stonk advice? Yeah, maybe they would, maybe they'd prefer, instead of the stock market, maybe they would prefer a pyramid scheme. Oh, you're unsubbing. Well, just had to. Yeah, it was terrible. But seriously though, is there a god that focuses on like wealth? I'm just trying to think of one that might focus on wealth, but and I know in certain texts, some places gods were described as having skin of gold and bones of silver, and those were obviously the more valuable metals in ancient Egypt, is gold and more especially silver. So I don't know, maybe gods were beyond, maybe beyond wealth. Like that wasn't a personification that they could do. But if you were to petition a god about your stock portfolio, it might be Thoth or Jehuti. And what's Jehuti in Coptic? Tohut? I think it's Tohut. Yeah, they didn't have real currency. They did have things called debens, weights of metal. They would, I forgot how they used it as currency, but like it was a certain, like maybe 1 deben of silver or maybe 15 deben of silver. That was like the cost of 1 Book of the Dead. I read that somewhere. 15 deben. And of course the price would fluctuate, obviously, but they would like weigh like grain and all that stuff, and they could exchange it for like debens. There were some neat deben weights that are in a museum. I think it's the British Museum, maybe, and they were rabbit shaped. They were little like plump round weights, and they had little rabbit ears on them. It was pretty cute. and pretty neat. They're like different sizes for the different Devons of weight. I think I sent them to a key. So you could see I was a while back. I was sending him a whole bunch of rabbit references in Egypt, and I think there was. Do I have any of them here? Rabbits. Yeah, a lot of rabbits. Rabbit statue. A lot of rabbit gods, though. There's the. Oh, did I not save the Devons? Must not have saved the pictures of the Devons. Do you know if they had bats in Egypt? Wondering if they had bats. Oh, you saw that. Yeah, I was just wondering if that was actually working and showing up on stream. I just wanted to test it a little bit. I haven't seen a reference to bats. Yeah, they probably did somewhere. One of these days I should try and figure out how I would do like a lesson or something, like show pictures and things like that. Might be interesting, but fortunately I can't find all my interesting stuff. Oh, the Egyptian fruit bat. mean, I haven't seen anything that kind of looks like a bat in like hieroglyphs. I mean, could be that they just didn't make a hieroglyph of it. Yeah, I probably thought it was a bird. I think in the Bible they classify them as insects, like locusts. And there's an ancient god called Bat too. Ancient Egyptian, well, not ancient Egyptian, but Egyptian tomb bat. Hmm. It's gonna be hard to find anything on if the Egyptians knew anything about the species bat, if Egyptologists are calling the god Bat, like, huh, this might be something useful. Yeah, bats in ancient Egypt were common. Okay. Yeah. The bats lived within caves, houses, tombs, temples, and the pyramids. 19th century travelers to Egypt often reported on the presence of large bat colonies in deserted ancient buildings. Because they could fly, the ancient Egyptians classified the bat as a type of bird. Skeletons of bats have been found inside the mummy case of an owl. Both the bat and the owl, being nocturnal and able to fly, symbolically offered the deceased the ability to fly through the darkness of the Duat. Yeah, I found that. Looks like there's a couple drawings. I'm not sure about the hieroglyphs, though. I'd have to check those in the dictionary. Just playing around with some stuff. So I'm gonna break anything. Yeah, I was going to show you the dictionary, but I need to figure out how to use OBS better before I can do that. I was going to look up the signs in the dictionary. Just need to get the sign codes for that. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a Sujachen. Doesn't look like there's a Sujachen. In here. Could be. It could also be a super rare word, but I'd expect to find it in the premier dictionary. Like this is the best dictionary like ever. And because I could also be just making it up, but and there's like doggy is the second word. I don't see any matches for dog. There's dog, but yeah, I'd have to look into it a bit more. I don't see any. I don't see any reference to those two words, unfortunately. Yeah, fortunately it's getting a bit late. I've probably gotta get going. Maybe I should just do like just a chatting stream about Egypt and like look at stuff live on stream. Hopefully Twitch doesn't flag me if it's one phonetic hieroglyph that comes up quite a bit. And yeah. But yeah, it's interesting to talk about Egypt and like look stuff up and so. I'd like to know the source on this stuff. I wanna. Hey, you getting that book in tomorrow? Yeah, I ordered some books as well. They're probably not as interesting, but yeah, they'll be coming in next week. I ordered I found a book. It was actually pretty cheap. It was on the it's about another tomb in Thebes, but it should go into kind of detail on the archaeology. Yeah, I really want to get one of those ones on like magic or the gods, just to kind of brush up on, well, fill in the large gaps of knowledge that, that I haven't focused much on the gods really at all. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your book. Hope it's good. I was actually thinking about getting it as well. I just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, a key. Yeah, we spoke for like a minute in at that His and Anook's community day. Was it last Saturday? And obviously before he got distracted with something else, and he was talking about how it was difficult for him to learn the hieroglyphs, and he was more interested in the people of Egypt and all that. It was yeah, it's good. Yeah, you get three people can cover quite a lot of the field. Yeah, he said he was actually using the book I got him on the Tomb Chapel of Mena. He was actually using that for his TikTok videos. That's pretty interesting. I mean, they are all kind of tied together. I mean, the people spoke the language and worshiped the religion. It's all kind of a... Yeah, that might be interesting. I mean, he keeps saying that he's gonna get us together and do a thing on Cleopatra, but I don't know. I keep thinking I won't be prepared for it, and then he just keeps postponing it, and I have more time, and I'm just deciphering this Demotic inscription that mentions Cleopatra, and it's like, this is impossible, but yeah, I've got a video I sent to a key, and you might like it if you want to learn a bit more about Cleopatra. Some good books as well. But it's amazing how much people think they know about Cleopatra is just based on Hollywood, and literally our primary sources of Cleopatra, actual stories about her, whether they are legitimate or not, is just a few pages. And some of it's realistic, talking about her reign and all that, and other ones are more fantastical, and they talk about Cleopatra being a literal witch. Yeah, it is interesting though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll send you that video if you have time. You can watch it sometime. But I don't know. It just kind of gave me the impression that Cleopatra at least tried, unlike her family, her ancestors, one of which actually almost willed the entire country of Egypt to Rome on the event of his death. That didn't actually go through, but um, yeah, that was something one of the Ptolemies actually did. But yeah, I'll definitely send you that. I have got to go. I mean, it's 11 o'clock. I've got to get to bed. I've got a day of unspecified amount of surprise work that I might have to do, so I've got to get some sleep. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it off. But yeah, it is good talking to you about Egypt, and maybe one of these days I can get used to 4 hours of sleep and we can just keep going. But yeah, thanks for coming out and chatting. It's nice to talk to you again, even if it's just through Twitch chat. And hope to see you again next time. And maybe I'll choose a different demo game next time and maybe play multiple. Yeah. So all the other viewers, hope you all have a good night, and hope you enjoyed the stream so far. To see me struggle to solve puzzles. Good night.